Hi, I'm Jen, and this channel is Books and Matcha. Today we're going to do a top 10 list of my favorite science fiction books of all time. If you have an absolute favorite that didn't make this list, I may not have read it yet, I would love for you to leave your recommendations in my comments. Starting off the list at number 10, we have Day Zero by C. Robert Cargill. Day Zero is the prequel to Sea of Rust. Sea of Rust is a post-apocalyptic sci-fi where AI has destroyed humanity and taken over the world. Day Zero is the prequel that shows how the AI apocalypse began. This tiger is an AI nanny who has been charged with taking care of this 8-year-old boy. Day Zero is so beautiful and horrific, but the story was so unexpected, had a lot of heart, and is obviously one of my favorite science fiction books. Then, at number 9, we have The Space Between Worlds by Micaiah Johnson. The Space Between Worlds is Micaiah Johnson's debut novel. It's a multiverse novel where you can't travel between worlds if you already exist there. The main character, Kara, is very valuable because on most of the worlds, she has already died there. This allows her to travel the multiverse and also gives a lot of layers and mystery as to why Kara keeps dying, and I love this one. At number 8, we have The Luminous Dead by Caitlin Starling. This is another incredible debut sci-fi novel. It's set in a cave, so it's very claustrophobic and psychological. The main character, Geyer, has to outfit her body with a special suit that allows her to go on a weeks-long expedition where she doesn't remove her suit or her helmet. Her only companion is the woman who is monitoring her expedition from the surface. At times, The Luminous Dead reminded me of Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer. If you loved Annihilation, I would recommend giving The Luminous Dead a try. Coming in at number 7, we have Wool by Hugh Howey. If you've seen Silo on Apple TV, Wool is the first book in the Silo trilogy. In Wool, the Earth has become uninhabitable, and those who survived are living in a giant silo beneath the Earth. There is a view up top of the outside, but it's dangerous to spend time dreaming or even wondering of the outside. The highest crime is professing a desire to go outside. The punishment for committing such a taboo is you get your wish. They send you outside. If you are a fan of dystopian novels, definitely check out Wool by Hugh Howey. My number 6 sci-fi novel of all time is The Time Machine by H.G. Wells. If you are a horror reader looking to get into sci-fi, I highly recommend starting with The Time Machine. It's much scarier than you would expect. The time traveler in The Time Machine goes almost 1,000,000 years into the future, and H.G. Wells offers a lot of consideration to how humans would have evolved and why. Another thing I love about The Time Machine is seeing where pop culture gets its representation of time travel today. We see it all the time in movies, the day and night and scenery progressing around the person who is doing the time travel. Wells describes it so perfectly in The Time Machine that it has become the standard for displaying time travel in movies. The Time Machine is in the public domain, so you can get it on sites for free like Project Gutenberg. It's an amazing read for something published in 1895. My number 5 favorite science fiction novel is Recursion by Blake Crouch. Blake Crouch has a few releases that are set in the realm of quantum physics, and Recursion is my favorite of these releases. Recursion deals with memories. In Recursion, people are suffering from something called false memory syndrome, where people have memories of things that didn't happen. This book did break my brain a little, but it is very fun, and I loved it. Number 4 is a recent addition to this list, and that is The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. The Fifth Season is the first book in the Broken Earth trilogy. This is another post-apocalyptic book. In The Fifth Season, people are able to harness the power of the earth, so it's a strong mix of science fiction and fantasy. I'm looking forward to reading the next 2 books in the trilogy. Number 3 is a very well-known science fiction book, and that is Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton. In Jurassic Park, they have created dinosaurs from dino DNA, and they have made a theme park called Jurassic Park. Our paleontologist main characters have been invited to the theme park, and while they are there, the security measures go down. It's a fast-paced sci-fi horror novel, and if you've seen the movie, I still highly recommend reading the book. Number 2 is a sci-fi book that I absolutely adore, and that is To Be Taught If Fortunate by Becky Chambers. In To Be Taught If Fortunate, characters are exploring other worlds, which is my absolute favorite element in sci-fi. This book felt like it was written just for me. In each of these worlds, there are different landscapes and different life forms, and I loved every moment of this book. And finally, my favorite science fiction novel of all time is Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. Our main character, Rylan, wakes up in the middle of space, his crewmates are dead, and he has no idea what he's doing there. Project Hail Mary is funny in the way that you would expect an Andy Weir novel to be funny, but it also has so much heart. People speak so vaguely about Project Hail Mary because the story is so unexpected, and I absolutely loved it. And those are my top 10 favorite science fiction books of all time. I will also leave a link to my top 10 favorite fantasy books of all time. I would really love your recommendations, and thank you so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe so I can update you as I read more science fiction. I'm currently in the middle of a science fiction book right now that might actually make this list. I'll talk to you soon.